In the next video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the ways you can talk with your child about stammering, whether that's because your child is upset about it or you're wondering how your child feels about it, ways you can kind of explore that topic with them sensitively and support them. But today I want to talk a little bit, very briefly, about the ways you might talk about stammering when you're chatting with other people. And it's really to make one point which ties in with lots of the other videos in this series about the importance of supporting your child in maintaining or developing their confidence in their communication skills, whether they are stammering or not. And the language we use when we talk about stammering with other people can really reflect our feelings about that and affect the messages our children are receiving. And what I want to talk about is this thing that loads of people who stammer do it, loads of parents do it. Again, it's one of those things which is really normal but not necessarily helpful. And that is, we tend to describe the amount or intensity of stammering that's happening in terms of good and bad, or better and worse. So an example would be someone who says, "Oh, my stammering's been really bad today." Or a parent who says, "Oh, well, stammering's been really good today," meaning there's not been a lot of it. And what that does is it gives our children the message that stammering is bad, it is unwanted. When we talk about a lot of stammering is a bad thing and less stammering is a good thing, it's really putting a value judgment on stammering. When we describe stammering in terms of good and bad, or better or worse, related to how much stammering is happening, or the intensity of those moments of stammering. The messages our children receive when they overhear these things, these descriptions of a bad day or a good day, a better day or a worse day, the message that they draw from that is that when I stammer, that's bad, and when I don't stammer, that's good. And children can then start to go to great lengths to live up to that. They don't want to do something which is regarded as bad. And they might then start to try to hide it or go to extreme lengths not to do it. And all of this can be dinking away at that communicative confidence that we're really trying to maintain. So my suggestion for today is just to be really thoughtful, to be really mindful of the language you use when you're talking about stammering to other people. And a really simple suggestion for doing it, it doesn't mean you can't talk about these things. Stammering is there, it's all right to talk about it. But rather than using good and bad and better and worse, rather than setting that value of something which is good or something which is bad on it, you talk in terms of more and less, or lots and a little. So, oh yeah, there was lots of stammering today, or there was less stammering this week, but more last week. You're talking in terms of more and less. It doesn't carry the same judgment. It doesn't dink at communicative confidence in the same way. So, if you can, be thoughtful when you're talking about stammering. Drop the use of good and bad in relation to stammering and replace it with more or less. And that's a really useful way for supporting your child whilst they're stammering.